Hi guys, and welcome back to CARKO. First of all, apologies for the lack of uploads lately with this little beast right here, and secondly, thank you to everyone who's been subscribing even though I haven't been uploading lately, but we're back to uploading. So thank you for everyone who's still here and who's joined the channel recently. So it has just been about a year since I've owned this little pocket rocket, and as you guys can tell, there's been a few little changes that eagle-eyed viewers will know that something is very different about this car. So in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is owning this car for 1 year now, and what's to come, what's the plans with this car, and what changes we've done to the car since I made my last video. So this is going to be an update video on what's changed, what you guys have missed, and what the future is for this car, because it could be going very soon. So we're gonna flip the camera around and have a little chat about what I've changed so far on this car and what's coming on the channel in the next few months. Right, so here she is, and as you guys can see, right there and right there, it's looking a lot lower than it was before. If we get a closer look, you can see we've dropped it at the front, dropped it at the back, and then we've also put spacers at the front to sort of widen it out a little bit. So if you guys look at it from this angle here, it looks a lot more aggressive and sort of mean. It's sort of sticking out a lot more. It's got a much more sort of aggressive stance from the front, and then if you look at it from the back completely, you guys can see it's not massively dropped at the rear, because obviously I don't want to completely destroy the ride height, but if we get a closer look, it is significantly lower than it was before, and we've gone for 16mm spacers on the back and 12 on the front. And to me, it's just changed the whole look of the car, and it's changed the feel inside the car. I noticed straight away once I got in it, didn't feel like I was actually sitting sort of on the steering wheel. You felt sort of more level with the car, which it should sort of feel like from the factory. Those are the spacers and the springs. They're on Ibex. I think it's 28mm on the back, and I'm not sure, 25 on the front. I picked them up a good deal on the Facebook group, so I'm pretty happy with them, to be honest. So it's changed the whole look of the car. It just looks so much more aggressive, handles a lot better. So the next sort of things that I've changed are on the inside of the car. So if we jump on the inside, I'll show you what I've done inside. Right, so as you guys can see, first of all inside, just a nice little simple mod, to be honest. Sort of like a red pinstripe that goes all the way around the center console and to the end over there by the steering wheel. I was going to do the whole thing, but then, to be honest, I've kind of run out of time, and then I don't know if it was going to be a bit too much. I just want to kind of keep it subtle, but it's a nice, cheap, easy little thing to do. You can pick obviously your own colors depending on what your car's like inside, or your favorite color, etc. But that's a nice little subtle mod that I've done inside. Quite happy with it, to be honest. It come out alright. Quality is actually not too bad. If we can get a zoom in on that, there you go. So it's not too bad. It looks much better in person, to be honest. So let's move on to the next thing that I've done inside the car. Right, so this little gear knob right here is probably one of my favourite mods, to be honest, that I've done so far. It's the Alutex gear knob that I think you get with the Turismos. I'm not sure, or if this is completely an aftermarket part, but it's kind of like silver carbon with like a metal gear knob on it, which is actually a lot better than the level one that it comes with. I mean, it's much better, feels much better in your hand, gets a lot hotter when the weather's hot, and then it's really cold when the temperature drops. So maybe get one of those gear knob warmers, or whatever the hell they are, those little woolly things that you can put on the top when winter comes. But this I got from the Facebook group as well. Not a bad deal, because they are actually normally quite pricey, but yeah, I'm really happy with that. Right, so onto the outside again. As you guys can see right here, the number plate is a little bit smaller than it used to be. and that is something that I ordered off of HK Custom Plates, which is not too bad. We'll get a bit closer and I'll show you guys. It's actually sort of raised gel carbon fibre style look, and the holes that were drilled in, I'm quite lucky because it's a black car, I just sort of plugged them in with these sort of little washer grommets, and to be honest you can't really notice it, but I like the way that plate sits in there. I've actually ordered a ridiculously small one, that's probably going to go on soon. It's probably not legal though, to be honest. Right, so we're back in the car. After this random van decided it wanted to come and park right next to us, I was filming, and I haven't chose the best location for a lowered car, as you guys are going to see in a second. Getting out of this place is a real struggle. For those of you who know sort of North London, I decided to come to Trent Park, and this place is an absolute death trap for anything with stiff suspension, as you guys are going to see right now. Do you still want to lower your Abarths? Sorry if the lighting gets quite bad also. We're sort of in the woods, in a woodsy area. So hopefully, yeah, let's just take a moment to appreciate when you lower your car what you have to go through. Wow, that is a big hole. We're gonna have to try and maneuver around this now without going in it. Okay, I think we're good. We survived that crater, and we've got more. Yeah, not the best idea to come this way, but it's fine. It's fine. It is a nice little quiet location until someone in a van full of dogs decides to come and park right next to you. And there's a whole car park. Right. Let's hit the road, and then we're gonna sort of talk about what it's been like owning this car for the last year. Good points, bad points, if there are any. There isn't many, to be honest. Let's give it some beans. Yes. Okay, and there's the national speed limit. Right, so owning this car for a year now. I've only done 3,800 miles in this car, but most of those miles have been done sort of in one go, if you know what I mean. So a lot of the drives that I've done in this car have been big ones. I don't really do many short drives in this car. As most of you know, it's not the car that I drive every day, as I've got something for work. But we'll talk about the good points of owning this car, the things that I really like about owning this car in this year, and that's the community. The community is just awesome. I owned a Mini before, and obviously, you know, Mini is another massive community, probably the biggest, if not the biggest, I'm not sure. But it just weren't as tight knit and as welcoming as the Abarth community has been. I've been to a few shows with the modified Abarth community, and everyone's there to help. Your cars don't get judged, whether you've got the base model, top of the range model, Biposto, whatever it is. Everyone's there to just appreciate the cars and to have a good time, basically. And that's one thing that I think is hard to find in a car community. If you do own an Abarth and you watch any of these videos and you're not part of the Facebook groups, specifically Modified Abarth, I would say, join them. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. It's just a nice, really nice place to be. If you ever need help, or if you want to make new friends, it's actually a really wicked community to be part of. Secondly, obviously the car itself is so much character, fun. If you ever have a bad day, just jump behind the wheel, go for a nice drive. It's actually just one of the the best things. It's got so much character. I let my brother drive it for the first time the other day, and he absolutely was smiling like a Cheshire cat, if that's even a saying. I think it is, I'm not sure. But it's just such a great place to be and such a fun thing to drive, which moves me on to the next part. So I had my first service for this car about 2 weeks ago, and it was by a main dealer, only £159, not bad. I'm not sure if that's a good price or not. I just thought, let's just keep it with the dealer. Told him not to wash it or anything like that, because I don't want to obviously destroy the paint. I noticed I had a flat tyre because of a nail, so obviously we got that sorted, and I was just sitting there waiting, and then I ended up ordering a comp. So the Trofeo's leaving the channel, I think end of September, but we're obviously staying in the Abarth family, so we've got a 595 comp coming. Maybe we'll talk spec and stuff like that in a separate video, but it's a really nice spec. It's the colour I always wanted. I wanted it on this car originally. So yeah, we've got a comp coming, and that's going to be, I think, the car that I'll really put quite a bit into modification wise, because it's got the Garrett turbo. The springs are going to come off this and go straight onto the comp once I get it. So everything I've got on here is coming off and going onto the new one, obviously, apart from the blue spark box. So if any of you guys running a Trofeo and you want a blue spark for cheap, send me a message or comment on this video. Yeah, so basically we've got a comp coming. My eyes were set on a Biposto or a 4C, but right now, financially, it wouldn't have been the right decision to make, as I'm trying to buy a place. So I think we'll keep the comp for a few years, get loads of content out with that, go on loads of road trips, do loads of mods to it. But yeah, so a year with this car. It's been great. It's been a wicked year. I love the car. I love the brand, which is why I'm obviously getting another one. We'll talk about spec in another video, because obviously I don't want to bore you guys to death. It's just sort of an update video, so there's going to be nothing special. But I am hoping to complete what I wanted to do for you guys with this car and get it on a dyno and see obviously what power it's made with the blue spark. So I'm going to try and get that done by the end of September for you guys, so any of you Trofeo owners can actually see what power it makes with the blue spark. So that's just a little update video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about anything I've done to this car, if you own a Trofeo or an Abarth in general, leave me a comment down below. Leave me a like, subscribe if you're new here and you're into your Abarths or any general stuff like that, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.